What are we looking at today? This is like one of those things where, okay, fine. Hi guys, my name is Eric, and I've been drinking BandEBrewReviews. So, Samantha highly recommended this. And for the most part, I can give her some pretty nasty ass, high alcohol, rich malty, IPA, whatever. And she's a big fan of some really good craft beers, and then she recommends this one. And I was like, first of all, the first strike against it is that it's Grain Belt. Grain Belt is made right here in Minnesota. I think it's actually down by the cities, if memory serves. No, well, New Ulm, Minnesota. So she says, you got to try this. It's brand new. It's just out. I go over to the Keyport. Now, this is weeks ago. I go over to the Keyport. Oh, sorry, Mr. Holster. Yeah, it tastes like blueberry beer. So I take, you're good to drink now. On the way home from one of our Saturday morning family brunches, I pick up a 12er. And I take two of them and I set them aside for the brew review. Now, a couple days later, well, actually, I think it was the next day, Sam and Corey are over, and she's like, well, have you tried that yet? And I go, no, I'm saving it for the brew review. I want it to be like, first thoughts, I don't want it to be corrupted, have time to hate it, love it, whatever. And she goes, oh, come on. She's like, I want some. I'm like, okay, fine. And she goes, well, just try one. I'm like, okay, I'll try my own. In full disclosure, since I picked up that first 12-pack, because that's what it comes in, is 12 packs, since then, I think the one that this one came out of was the 5th 12-pack that I've had to purchase. All to get a couple of them. Can you tell what's going on outside right now? We have gotten we've had flood warnings. Last night I'm sitting on the couch and all of a sudden, like, all of the cell phones in the house, and we've got the out-of-town guests, Christina, Trisha, then the other night, Stefan was here, fucking up a brew review. So, yeah, get this, all of our phones all go off. There's like this flood warning for the area, and yeah, I could, Here's you guys in the deplorables have already seen this, but this is what do I do with it? This is a view from not too far from here. What is this shit? Oh yeah, here we go. This is Highway 23 and the Nemadji River, which is basically just over in Superior, Wisconsin. That was yesterday. Now we're getting more. Okay, so needless to say that 12er all got drank by me and Corey and Samantha, and then I buy another one and I let my neighbor Nikki try it, and between me, Nikki, and Mike next door, another one was drank, and then I picked up another one, and I don't know how to describe it other than it's a blueberry flavored beer, fairly natural. A nice combination of sweet but not too sweet, maybe just a subtle bit of tartness. It's a goddamn lawnmower beer, and for the price, I've only given it to one person, one person, well, other than Christine, she doesn't count because when it comes to beer, forget about it. I've only given this to one person, and that was Wendy. Instead, I let Wendy try, Stephen Bush, try some of my KBS last night. Anybody that knows our friend Wendy knows what horrific, terrible that she has had to go through, losing her husband Christopher, raising the kids, doing everything on her own. And she's like, wow, this is really good beer. So anytime we get her over here so that she can just kind of unwind, recharge, whatever you want to call it, I was like, okay, you keep that beer. I've got one more I'm going to have later on tonight after I drink some of these and a few other things that I picked up and some whiskey. And so after the blog radio show, she's like, can I have another one of these? I'm like, oh, fucking killing me. Yeah, so I gave her my other one. So I had one, Steve had one, and Wendy had two. A couple of hangovers from Double Trouble was Aunt Keck with Damn You Joey, Mr. Holster, 12:29, no brew review, so I'm going to bed and dreaming of a beer tomorrow, Mr. Holster. Aunt Keck, happy Father's Day to all the fathers here. Absolutely, guys, it's Father's Day today. Happy Father's Day. Aunt Keck claiming first on the lunar interference. Now, that pit is, what, 20 inches across and over 2 feet deep? And I'm getting enough rain into that pit right now to have it run. What's it going? Like not even a minute in between. And Aunt Keck, like a ninja. El Tenda. Ooh. Did you hear that? El Tenda, hi Steve. Aunt Keck, sneaky E with the real early brew review. Not sneaky enough. Yeah, it actually wasn't early. It was it was late because I literally turned this off, ran upstairs, got into pre-show with John Solar for the our show, which had no promo, thanks to Steve. And by that point, there was already plenty of alcohol involved, and there was no way I was going to edit that Saturday or Friday night, so it didn't get done until Saturday morning. So then I figured I didn't want to do one right away, because then it's like there's like 23 views and 15 comments, and they're all Joey, Aunt Keck, or Smile Money. Ben N, top 5. Aunt Keck, damn hot, sexy B. What the fuck is that? Oh, that Steve requested Bette Midler. So, not only does he not know shit about the gun language, evidently reading the comments was even more difficult than I have with it. But then his ooh-ha woman is Bette Midler. Maybe I'll give you a little something from the 80s for her, but yeah. Steve needs to go to a counselor. Stephen Bush, I'd hit it with an F-350. Aunt Keck, it's all good, Steve. Aunt Keck, whiskey for your error in judgment. Aunt Keck, that is my life. Aunt Keck, all the time. Aunt Keck, I like you too, Steve. Okay, now that we got those out of the way. Yeah, so I understand that a lot of you probably get to extended extended time off. I know Christine's planning on taking tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know if she's taking Wednesday off or what, but I can't do that. I'd have to sell another 2 guns if I did that. And unfortunately, the XDM is now gone. It's replaceable, I guess. Smile Money, second official stated. At Keck, Ms. Bomey is a ninja as well. Smile Money, Steve is much funnier in visual format. How is that, Steve? Question mark. Mr. Holster, last. No. Gunwild, 257. Mr. Holster is going to be pissed. Yeah, I blame Steve. Gunwild, who is the rookie? Exactly. Mr. Holster, 258. Gunwild, awesome. I think that Savage rifle is legal here. Unfortunately, the Savage rifle will not be making it to Snowflake Melter. I have already sold it. Which is good, because then I don't have to worry about adding more shit to the pile that we're already trying to get dug out from with all of the stuff that we got going on. Trying to push more shit and more videos and more the youth, Justin's final mission, and the youth thing is really stalled out. So I haven't even looked yet today. But I think as of yesterday, there was 2 or 3 slots left, and then I'll do the drawing for the 1911. Gunwild, I take it you guessed doesn't watch your brew reviews. He has no idea what's going on. He says he does, but boy. Smile Money, did Steve delete comments from the last brew review after reading them? The man should not be allowed to read comments ever again. That was not a question. Punctuation, exclamation point, laugh out loud. Mr. Holster, I agree. That is why I have a pocket watch. Stephen Bush. Wisey, it's pronounced Vice. Okay. Stephen Bush, the brew chick, not chick, just isn't working for me, never will. I agree. Stephen Bush, wait, this Steve dude doesn't own guns? I think he would like to, but let's just say that I don't want to get in trouble. His wife isn't as conservative as Steve is. But it works. It works for them. And even though politically I guess I wouldn't agree with her or sounds like most of her friends from what Steve tells me, she is a lovely woman and definitely a good match for Steve, because Steve needs help a lot of the time. Love you, Sarah. P.S. We need to find some time that we can all get together, especially now that the kids are slowly becoming a non-factor for their ages. Mr. Holster, it's better than riding in the X-Drummer. Gunwild 1. I was wondering why Ms. B's promo had lots of titties in it. Well, that's because, in full disclosure, Christine didn't exactly, wasn't exactly jazzed on that particular promo, because she's like, that seemed like something for the Hornet Fixer or you. And I said, remember Wendy's conversation with John. The subject matter, and if you listen to her show, John's promo absolutely nailed it. Christine did smooth off to it a little bit. Actually, she asked John if he could add the stripper pole thing towards the end, and that woman is fucking hot. Coincidentally, that's the wife of the guy that was on the stripper pole for another one of Christine's promos that she said she jokingly asked for, but John fulfilled. And John will be the first to tell you, never Google male pole dancer unless you want to reap the repercussions for it. Stephen Bush, Eric, you look bored as fuck. No comment. Ed, laugh my ass off. Great review, Steve and E. Come back, cheers. Joey Cuz, yes, having Steve read the comments was a huge error in judgment. Mr. Holster, I will take a pass on... Yeah. On old Bette Midler. Brad Thomas, I know that I did not send that fucking picture. What the fuck, Eric? On the other hand, I'm not sure if it was Wade or you, but actually, the one I planned on using the other night, Brad, was the very chesticized brunette and the Yamaha YZF or an R1. I can't remember. I know there was a bike in the picture. Still planning on using that one. I misused it instead of this one, but yeah, this one had a non-soft spot for me. Johnny Concho, Invicta, yeah, that great whatever. What? Joey Cuz again. Wow, Steve just screamed like a little bitch when Ms. B scared him. I think he just shit his pants. Yeah, he's a little jumpy. Fumaster Chew, present. Fumaster Chew, this is funny as hell. Amateur hour. Yeah, huh? Fumaster Chew, don't you have a... Yes, okay. Fumaster Chew, Rich. Hell yeah, that sweet-ass 5'7" deliciousness. I am still waiting. If I get to a fucking week since you received that, or has it been a week? It's been more than a week. You got that last Friday. Feedback. What was I doing before we decided to do this? Well, to be totally honest, I started off with my my sharp maker that ATF Sucks sent me, and I went through some of my old workhorses and got them Gunwild, the CRKT M16, probably my most carried not work knife, and now it's back to shaving a hair in half, and my Tenacious. This one actually had seen a little work carry. I never wanted to do anything terrible to it. I see I have a little, not really a, forget it, this camera fucking sucks. Not really a nick, but an area that looks like I could sharpen it out, kind of, but right now I got it back to that original Spyderco nastiness. What else did I... Threw a few other things on there. My incidental carry right now is the cleaver, which this thing was viciously sharp, but as long as I had that thing out, I couldn't help but make a few passes on it, and now it's like, be very careful when you shut it so your fingers aren't in the way. Again, I don't know if you can tell exactly what kind of rain we're getting right now, but a 20-inch by 2-foot deep pit is filling up that fast. Aunt Keck, everyone else feel that E needs to be reprimanded for his beer review babe snafu whiskey. That was all on Steve. I'm like, you want fucking Bette Midler? Because I had Motorcycle Girl. Maybe I'll use Motorcycle Girl tomorrow so you can understand what I had chosen, Aunt Keck. If anyone needs to, it's Steve that needs to down the whiskey. Joey, Stephen Bush is going to hit you with a copyright infringement for Steve Schweitzer for lifting up his shirt, trying to be like Jesse and showing his belly button. Well, they can keep that between them. As long as I never have to see it, talk about it, or testify, I could care less. Joey Cuzzigan, does your summer even stay around long enough for you guys to even get a tan? All I ask is, can you imagine if that was going to my front yard? Which is what is expected, but when you destroy your lawn because of idiots from the Duluth City Council, I say, fuck that. The rest of the time, yeah, it diverts over and it takes care of a front garden and a pond. Works out swimmingly, no pun intended. Joey, take your bromance and you to get a room. Laugh out loud. You farted on his hand. Joey, do we want Steve back? Well, it's your channel. That was a non-answer. The real crazy. The Crazy Scotsman. Can anyone say amateur hour? Holy shit, Steve, what the fuck, whiskey? See, again, I don't think it's fair that I have to do penance for he's the... I try to bring him in, I try to explain to him how this shit works. I mean, he's got like 3,000 plus references he could have cheated and taken a look at. Believe it or not, he was all worried about a beer to review, and I said, no, I can take care of that. And he's like, well, what are you going to get? I'm like, why? He goes, well, I want to be able to make sure I do my research on it before we review it. And I said, no, that's not the way it works. Oh, hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, I have a water incident to take care of. I'll be right back.
에어컨取り外し無料.
Yo, 引っ越しゴシゴシだから.
Okay. Hi, I'm back. So here's what I found when I, went outside. My backyard usually does not hold water. And that's right out my back door. That's 2 inches. 2 inches. You can see the legs of the chairs. 2 inches underwater. I understand they got tornado warnings going on down in Minneapolis right now. Crazy Scotsman, fuck, I'm falling asleep, this shit show. Crazy Scotsman, you need a new assistant. Crazy Scotsman, you need to get Steve a phononic... Spektakelblacker und Guy-Intimisms. I just, no, I just have Steve read the comments. It'll be just fine. It'd probably be better to have like little pictures. EMT Rail fan, sorry. Ha! Miz made Steve need Jim's AED. Sharky, handball champs. Handball champs, thank you. Then the last two comments are from Scooter Trash Tactical on the Double Trouble. Founders does good work. Liquor Barn, here I come. And the last one was on Tea Break Blonde. Founders Black IPA was his comment. Going for the iHeart Club. Seems though there was a little bit of a break in the action. Giving Smile Money plenty of time to load up on 3 comments. Brewer reviewing, I guess my text arrived just before you started. Nice. Actually right in the middle. Well, I got your text while I was, putting down some barricades in various spots and picking some carpet and some mats up that are now slowly becoming saturated. Small Money. Here is my brewer review. IPA tastes like grass. Bitter beer suck. Beer sour. Pucker piss. The fruit beer. Guy Perfection. A nice rich lager. That would be the 4 that you sent me the picture of. Smile Money. Nothing more satisfying than having a complete reach the read more status. It's like getting the participation award. Then to have a slow reader like Steve read the comment, bonus. So Smile Money strikes again. Did I reach that level yet? Read more is the greatest. No, there was no read more for you. And voila, that's it. Okay, Smile Money has the well, let's see. Scooter Trash Tactical. I am subbed. Scooter Trash Tactical had the legitimate last comment, and Smile Money takes honors on the iHeart Club. Again, maybe not a lawnmower beer today. Maybe rescuing all your non-floatable stuff in your basement. When there's standing water in my backyard, well, first of all, that means the water has no place to go, which means the ground is saturated. And it's quite apparent by the water that's discharging. It doesn't look like the kind of stuff you'd want to put in a glass. I'm on the other hand going to probably pick another movie and go back to what I was doing, because this all got started because I noticed a couple of the gun cases were in harm's way, and that led me from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. So I'm going to go back doing a little cleaning. Maybe, still haven't seen a vidya from the horny one. So, on the E-scale, there is absolutely nothing special at all about this. And if you are you're a fan of blueberry, it's 4.7%. It is made with real blueberry juice. So just because of its, okay, I'm going to put this in the blueberry lager category. That by itself, just a special little category just for blueberry lagers. I am going to give this an 8 over there. If you just ask me overall, I don't know. I guess I'd probably still do at least a 6 because by quantity, it's the most damn beer I have purchased in a long time. So, if you can find this, just for the record, they're having a hard time keeping this in stock in most places. Super One says they're going through it like there's no tomorrow. The first weekend that this was available over at Keyport, they sold more than 120 12-packs. So, okay, I'm going to go back to playing Noah, and I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.